Hello and welcome. You're watching News 9 Live. I'm Shweta Kothari. The top story we're tracking at this hour: road accidents and fatalities are stories making headlines every day. In another horrifying incident in Pune, two engineering students were killed to death after a truck knocked them down last night on Monday. The students were heading to railway station to catch a train to their hometown when their motorbike was hit by a truck from behind. The truck driver has been arrested. Now, this tragic incident comes amidst the Pune Porsche case, which has been in the news for a while now. Here are the latest updates in that case. After the defense lawyer in the case cited malfunctioning in the car, the Porsche team, along with Pune RTO officials, inspected the impounded car at the Yerwada police station. A three-member team of the Porsche Mumbai is trying to piece together what really transpired seconds prior to that horrifying incident that took two lives. The luxury car comes with a black box-like data recorder that can give exact details of what happened in the car at what time. The team conducted a technical analysis of 4 hours, which included examining the GPS data, inspecting cameras and the speed of the car, amongst other technical parameters. The team would then submit now a report which should make it clear as to what really caused the accident. Remember, the car had dashed into a divider before hitting the motorbike that claimed 2 young lives, the 2 techies who died. The authorities will soon cancel the temporary registration of the Porsche car that the 17-year-old was driving, allegedly under the influence of alcohol, though blood samples mix-up cannot be ruled out. The officials had earlier sought a response from the minor's father asking why the registration should not be cancelled. However, in absence of any response, the Pune RTO officials have intimated that Bengaluru Central RTO has the right to cancellation and in fact be cancelling the registration. The temporary registration of the car was from 8th of March up until 7th of September. In another update, the Maharashtra government has formed a 3-member committee following the arrest of 2 doctors at Pune's Sanso hospital for destruction of evidence. As per the police, the 2 hospital doctors altered and instructed the replacement of minors' blood samples. The 2 doctors were remanded in police custody till 30th of May. Now, if we revisit the case, then on Sunday morning, which is 19th of May, a 17-year-old minor driving a luxury Porsche, allegedly under the influence of alcohol, had hit a motorbike with 2 techies riding, killing them both. A public furor, though, erupted after the juvenile board granted bail to the alleged accused on the very same day, within hours after that very lethal accident. This is not to say a case was not registered. After the accident, a first information report or an FIR was registered under some sections of the Indian Penal Code as well as Motor Vehicle Act. However, here's the catch. The sections under which the case has been registered are petty at best. And even if the crime that happened was undoubtedly severe, the total punishment only amounts to just about 3 years. Not just this, Section 304A of the Indian Penal Code is a bailable offence. It refers to death by negligence and not murder. Hence, the section provides an easy route for accused to get bail in such cases. And even if the alleged accused is just 4 months short of turning 18 years old based on age merits, he is likely to be tried as a juvenile. However, there is a demand from the Pune police at this point, as well as the families of the victim, that the minor should be tried as an adult. And the Pune Police Commissioner also said that they have filed a review application before the Juvenile Board in this regard. Now, as mandated by the Juvenile Justice Case and Protection of Children Act of 2015, a charge sheet in the case needs to be filed within 30 days of the arrest to consider the minor as an adult. On the other hand, given the various procedural requirements and assessment processes, the Juvenile Justice Board may take a few months before arriving at a conclusion whether the minor can be treated like an adult. And as far as the legal obstacles go, the case and the obstacles in this case are abound. There are some very pertinent questions that one needs to ask. Did the minor act as a child when he came to the nightclub on that fateful night, pubbing? Did the minor pretend to be a child when allegedly gulping down alcohol? Did he consider not rash driving a 2 crore rupee luxury car because he was a minor? And was the 17-year-old a child to drive a vehicle without a legal driver license? The answer to all these questions is a no. Then why should the accused be treated like a minor, even as two young individuals lost their lives in a disastrous accident? The answer to these questions vary. It remains to be seen how the case will unfold and whether the 17-year-old will be tried as a minor or a juvenile. But one thing is clear, the case has shed light on legal loopholes exposing how offenders can get away after committing severe crimes. At best, the Pune Porsche case should go down, or should not rather go down, as yet another precedent on a drunken driving case and a drunken driver getting away with murder. And moving on, a bomb threat on an IndiGo flight from Delhi to Varanasi this morning prompted the aircraft to move to an isolated bay for investigation. The aviation security and a bomb disposal team were also called at the site to further inspect. Flight was delayed and passengers were inconvenienced, and it turned out to be a hoax after all. Hoax threats are as menacing as they are, can also be destructive to the economy and law and order. Take a look.
A Varanasi-bound flight at the Indira Gandhi International Airport in Delhi received a bomb threat. It came through a piece of paper found in the lavatory on the flight. The bomb scare prompted authorities to evacuate all the staff and the 176 passengers on board and launch a search operation. Eventually, it turned out to be a hoax. 24 hours before that, the Mumbai police received a bomb threat over a phone call. A threat to blow up Mumbai's iconic Taj Mahal Palace Hotel and the Mumbai International Airport as well. The police conducted a search at both these places but did not find anything suspicious there. That too turned out to be a hoax. The Mumbai police said that the call originated in Uttar Pradesh and a search is on to find the caller. A day before that, the Chennai airport received a bomb threat via an email and security was beefed up at the airport. That too turned out to be a hoax. And it's not just airports that are at the receiving end of hoax bomb threats. A few weeks ago, nearly 100 schools in Delhi NCR faced a bomb threat via a mass email. Students were evacuated immediately. Police and bomb squads were called in. The mass email threat was traced back to Russia, and again, it turned out to be a hoax. It has been the season of hoax bomb threats across the country. While it is certainly a relief that there was no actual threat to human life and no human life was harmed, what about its impact on human productivity? How much did it cost the economy? Let's break this down. India's per capita GDP is $2,410. At average conversion rates of 84 rupees to the US dollar, that is around 200,000 or 2 lakh rupees. That's for the entire year. It works out to around 3,846 rupees per week. On a 5-day work week basis, that is 769 rupees per day. And on an 8-hour work-a-day basis, it is 96 rupees per person per hour. That's how much each individual on average contributes to India's economy in every productive hour. Now, on that IndiGo flight from Delhi to Varanasi, there were 176 passengers. All of them had to waste an entire day of productive work because of that hoax bomb threat. So that amounts to roughly 1.35 lakh rupees worth of GDP wasted. Take the example of the hoax bomb threat in Delhi NCR schools. 100 schools at an average of 1,000 students per school. It's a total of roughly 100,000 or 1 lakh students. And assuming at least one parent's work day was wasted having to pick up the child from school because of the evacuation orders, 100,000 people's productivity was affected that day. That is 7.7 crore rupees worth of GDP lost. Now this is a conservative estimate. The actual cost could be much, much higher.
There's an actual cost to the hoax threads that one can now estimate to the tune of about 7 crore rupees to the GDP, and those of course are rough estimates. With that, it's time for a short break. We'll be back with more on the other side. Keep watching News 9 Live.
For the very first time in our investigation, we unmasked the killer of Ravindra Matre.
In 5G, we have to stand with the world, and in 6G, we have to lead the world.
Winning a Grammy was an absolutely surreal experience.
Why is the state not looking at putting an embargo on that?
As a Telangana person, I will not accept.
How do ordinary folks deal with this?
Healthy mind can reside only in a healthy body.
That is the only cure for the restless mind.
Happiness is a choice.
The fastest way to be happy is to make somebody else happy.
World premiere on the 1st of June, only on News 9 Live.
Welcome back. You're with us on News 9 Live. I'm Shweta Kothari. Adani Group is back in news. Adani Group, known for its ports to power business, is looking to expand. Adani is likely to make a bid to get a share of the India's digital payments pie and is also looking to now foray into e-commerce. Will it be easy to crack this space? How difficult and what are the barriers? Listen in.
If you think of the Adani Group as primarily a B2B conglomerate, well, think again. Adani's consumer focus is getting both sharper and its touch points with us, the consumers, getting wider as well as deeper. For one, there's Adani Wilmar, an FMCG player. Then there are airports and lounges which are run by the Adani Group. Adani Power that powers up your houses. And there's Adani-owned NDTV, all operating together at the cusp of direct-to-customer or D2C. Fresh reports suggest that Adani Group's latest foray will challenge the big boys of digital payments on one end of the spectrum as well as e-commerce on the other end. That's right, India's highly competitive digital payment space as well as the ever-growing e-commerce sector is likely to get one more player in Adani Group. Now, the Gautam Adani-run empire is looking at applying for a payments license for UPI transactions that will enable it to compete with the likes of Walmart-backed PhonePe and Alphabet's Google Pay that together command the lion's share of India's digital payments market. This is as per a Financial Times report, but Adani Group is yet to confirm the news break. The report also goes on to say that Adani Group will enter the e-commerce space by integrating ONDC, which is the open network for digital commerce, into its Adani One app, which is launched way back in December 2022. In fact, a month before the Hindenburg research allegations first surfaced. Adani Group will reportedly also launch a co-branded credit card that will reward users of all Adani services like electricity bills or airport shopping. So let's break this down and take it one by one and see if Adani Group's digital economy foray makes business sense or not. The UPI space in India, we know for sure, is ballooning. We are talking hundreds of billions of rupees here. India recorded about 131 billion UPI transactions last financial year. Now, how big is 131 billion transactions? Well, it averages to every Indian popping out that smartphone and transacting over 150 times a year, or practically every second day. Now, the total volume of UPI transactions last year stood at a mammoth 200 trillion rupees. How much is 200 trillions? Count the zeros here and you'll know. 200 lakh crore rupees. But UPI apps make very little money, just 1.1% commission only on transactions which are upwards of 2,000 rupees per transaction. So, in effect, all those small transactions which are under 2,000 rupees which you make frequently actually make no money for the UPS service provider. So, does it really make sense for Adani Group to enter a business that doesn't make tons of money? It sure doesn't sound like Gautam Adani. A quick look at the competitive space and which UPI apps India uses will tell you that Walmart-backed PhonePe and Alphabet-backed Google Pay together command about 86% of India's UPI market. The rest is split between smaller players like Paytm, BharatPe, Cred and others such. So the question is, even if Adani Group eyes the UPI space, will it build it from scratch? Or will it actually buy out a smaller potential rival? Remember, Paytm, which was hit hard by RBI in Jan this year, continues to operate as a third-party payment app. Now, let's switch gears and move on to the e-commerce play. Adani Group had launched Adani One, like I told you, in December 2022. It has so far been very narrowly focused on travel services like booking flight tickets, train tickets, hotel rooms and cabs to and from the airport. The Financial Times report says that Adani Group will integrate ONDC onto Adani One and play the full e-commerce game. Now remember, Tata Group tried something similar with its super app Tata Neo and could not really compete in the e-commerce market. Reliance Ajio, on the other hand, quickly gained ground. The question for Adani Group is that with a crowded space dominated by global players like Amazon as well as Walmart-owned Flipkart, plus many domestic players like Reliance Ajio, all these coming in the backdrop of some not so successful upstarts like Snapdeal and ShopClues, will Adani One, which is so far in the very specific travel space, already facing competition from Make My Trip, Ease My Trip, Booking.com, etc., be to make a dent in the full e-commerce play? Now, here's what industry analysts think. Industry analysts say that if Adani jumps into a new business, at least a big splash can be expected. But eventually, it will boil down to how much and how long one stays invested in a new business idea. Gautam Adani sure has the deep pockets, but does he have the appetite for D2C? We'll have to find out.
And it's not just the Adani Group that is expanding. Life Insurance Corporation, LIC, is also moving into health insurance space. It is looking for synergies in the health medium. The move can be significant as it may consolidate insurance space for good in the future. But there are, of course, regulatory roadblocks. My colleague Suyash has the details.
India's largest insurance provider, Life Insurance Corporation, or you might popularly know as LIC, is making a significant move into the health insurance sector and is currently exploring potential acquisition opportunities. Now, this initiative aligns with a recent government proposal aimed at allowing composite insurance companies to operate in the sector, which is a strategic shift that could reshape the landscape of the Indian insurance market as we know. To understand this move, it's essential to know what composite insurers are. See, composite insurance companies offer a comprehensive range of insurance services which includes accident, fire, health, investment and even pension. Essentially, they are your one-stop shop for all your insurance needs. Now, this approach contrasts with the current setup where you can't buy health or auto insurance from a life insurance company and vice versa. The reason behind this separation is due to existing regulations that prohibit insurance companies from offering both general and life insurance policy through a single entity. Instead, insurers must establish separate entities for each type of insurance, each with its own risk management and IT systems. However, this regulatory landscape might soon change. See, in February 2024, a parliamentary committee recommended the implementation of composite insurance licenses. This recommendation aims to reduce the cost and regulatory burden for insurance providers, which enables them to offer a broader range of services under one roof. LIC, along with other companies, is banking on these policy changes to expand their coverage. See, this move is also expected to significantly boost the insurance market in India, which remains notably underpenetrated. By the end of financial year 2023, fewer than 2.3 crore health insurance policies has been issued, covering approximately 55 crore individuals. To put this in perspective, this represents less than 39% of the entire population compared to the global average of about 70%. Government-sponsored initiatives currently cover nearly 30 crore individuals, while group insurance accounts for nearly 20 crore. Both the government and regulators are advocating an increase in the issuance of health insurance policy. The entry of LIC into the health insurance sector is expected to catalyze growth in this segment. According to the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, life insurers issued fewer than 2.9 lakh new policies during financial year 2023, covering almost 3 lakh lives. The anticipated policy changes would not only allow life insurers to offer comprehensive health insurance, but also streamline the process, making it more efficient and cost effective. And with LIC's entry into the health insurance market, the overall accessibility and penetration of health insurance in India is expected to improve further, making coverage available to millions of more Indians.
All right, they say money can't buy you happiness, but it can certainly buy you not one, but two pre-wedding bashes. Ask Ambani family's youngest son, Anant Ambani, and he'll agree. After the first pre-wedding party of Anant Ambani and Radhika Merchant in Jamnagar in the month of March, now it's Europe calling for the family, and some very rich friends from across the world are also going to fly in. The Jamnagar party was estimated to cost a staggering 1,200 crore rupees. The three-day extravaganza started with pop icon Rihanna and entrepreneurs like Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates, and bejeweled elephants of Vantara and over 5,000 drones. Just if you thought that wasn't enough, here we go again. The Ambanis are all set to host another luxurious pre-wedding festivity for Anant Ambani and his bride-to-be Radhika Merchant, who are set to tie the knot in July. According to reports, the pre-wedding bash is set to take place. The second one is set to take place from 28th of May to 30th, with a meticulously planned itinerary that promises blend of elegance, extravaganza and cultural experience. This time, the Ambanis have invited over 800 guests on a luxury cruise traveling from Italy to south of France, covering a distance of approximately 4,300 kilometers. The cruise will also have 600 hospitality staff on board to ensure guests' comfort. The pre-wedding festivities have seized public attention and are no less than a national event. A picture of the invite has gone viral on social media and lays out the agenda, with the celebration set to kick off with lunch on board the cruise ship Palmero. On May 30th, the guests will disembark at Rome for a Roman holiday, following which the next day's festivities are expected to end with a mask ball at Cannes. The final day of celebration will be in Portofino, a town in Italy, providing a perfect finale to the luxurious celebrations. The guest list for this upcoming event includes high-profile names such as the three Khans, Salman, Shah Rukh and Amir, along with Ranbir Kapoor and Alia Bhatt. It has also been rumored that global pop icon Shakira is expected to perform at the second pre-wedding bash. Well, the Ambani family has never been known for quiet luxury, and if the festivities demonstrate anything, it is where the true power of money lies. And with that, it's the close of this show. Thank you very much for watching.
वो पूछते हैं कि हम कौन है गालिब, तुम बतलाओ कि हम बतलाएं क्या।
I told him, you do what you think is best. I will not insist.